Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Um, I may or may not have uploaded these videos. I may have decided not to. Earlier I made a few videos about a Chabriados Naga run, um, which is a lot of fun, and it didn't go too well. I think the ultimate video, the final video, ended up not having any audio or something ridiculous like that. Anyway, I did start another one and had a really good early game, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys and gals and others uh, what a Che run is like. Che Briados, the snail god, rewards you for being for moving really slowly. You can still do other things at normal speed. The reason why I started up this video where I did, um, I kind of rushed through the early game just because I wanted to make sure that I got a good start and didn't die a bunch of times and waste recording time. But I started recording here because I entered an ossuary. It's basically a mini tomb type thing. You'll notice, by the way, that my movement speed is already at a 2.6 turns per tile speed. I have quite a bit of piety with Chabriatos at this point. This is also why my stats are absurdly high. Strength 26, int 26, dex 26, or 20. Int and dex are both 27. At experience level 9 with basically absolutely no equipment that increases it. I'm wearing a couple of rings that increase my armor class because those are nice to have early on as a Naga before we get dodging. Nagas suffer a penalty to the base armor class of anything better than robes or animal skins. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys this ossuary. Ooh, wow, we have mummies and zombies, oh my. Okay, well, I'm not too worried. We're reasonably strong at this point. How are our invocations doing? Not amazing for Step from Time, but Slouch is usable. The others are good. Okay, we should be alright. I'm trying to think of a way to get the attention, of just one or two. You'll see how rapidly that guy approached me. It's because, again, I'm moving very slowly. Yeah, he's gonna curse. These mummies will curse our various items when they die. That's not particularly important to us. We're doing unarmed combat, so we don't have to worry about getting stuck with a bad weapon or something. Let's go over this way. And we're just gonna pass a few turns doing nothing. Just being within line of sight of a monster has a chance to wake them up. You have to make a stealth check each turn you're within line of sight of a thing. And this of course is different if you're making noise, if you're noisy for some reason, like casting spells or if you're wearing the shield of the gong. Well, that's a whole nother can of worms. The Shield of the Gong is one of the biggest traps in the mid-game, I feel. Uh, it's one of those items that you could find in a store and it seems perfectly reasonable, like a perfectly reasonable expense, and it's something like a plus 27 bonus shield. So it shields really well. The only problem is each time you're struck or each time it blocks something, it rings like a gong. It goes gong extremely, extremely loudly. I think it's one of the loudest effects in the game. So everything knows where you are, and it's really quite unfortunate if you don't want that to be the case. So on balance, I tend not to think that it's worth it. We're just gonna sort of pull them up one at a time. This is an interesting ossuary. A lot of the time, there are things sort of tucked away in little side rooms and chambers and things. But this one is more open. Okay. We're just gonna sort of, calmly pull things back. We're probably being overly cautious, but there's no such thing when you're following Che, because you can't run away from things. You're just so slow. You are moving at, well, a snail's pace. He he is the snail god. You are moving at a snail's pace, snail god's pace, which is super slow. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so that's a portal out of here. Probably means that there are some tougher monsters yet to come. A lot of the time with these side branches, there will be an escape right before you hit the vault, the area where all the treasure is located. Oh, huh. Maybe we just have a bunch of treasure. Okay, just a bunch of gold. So, a couple hundred, I think. Yeah, a couple hundred gold, 250 gold. That's not bad. It's, not as nice as a bunch of cool potions or something, but considering that this was a very easy ossuary, I'm fine with it. So, we return to the dungeon. We're on dungeon level 8. We have found a Book of Ice, which I have not started memorizing yet, even though our intelligence boosted up as high as it is by Che. We could almost cast all of these spells. Well, not all. The level 2, yeah, Freezing Aura. It's a level 2 spell, and we have, oh, pardon me, we have 0 spellcasting skill. And we can already almost cast that reliably. Oh, Joseph. Joseph is tough. That's rough. Let's back up. Let's switch to a sling. And let's hit him a few times. This is a pretty strong sling. I feel okay with trading a couple of hits with him. We don't have any points in slings, but, Alright, so at this point, let's switch back. Yeah, we're fine. If we can finish him off here. There we go. Those last few hits were rough. Let's check out his sling, see if it's okay. It's nothing special. We don't care about any of that business. He did not leave a corpse, I don't think. That's too bad. Yeah, the reason why I feel like I'm doing well on this run is because literally the first item that I found, it was about 2 steps from my starting position, was this +6 Ring of Protection. Early armor class is very important for Nagas because they, have a hard time running away even before you start worshipping Chabrietos. And again, the armor problems. We're going to pick up this Morning Star partly so that nobody else uses it, partly because Morning Stars aren't bad. I mean, we're obviously, we have nearly 12 ranks into unarmed combat. We're not going to be switching unless unusual circumstances present themselves. Bullets of Flame, that's kind of cool. Yeah, there's no way we can chase down a bat ever, so we just wait for it to fly into range using the S or the period key. Yeah, fast monsters will basically be able to close an entire screen's distance towards us in a single step, or in a single step for us. So we have to be careful. But we're strong. I mean, we had an early temple. I believe it was on, which level was it on? Yeah, Dungeon 4. I think that's the earliest that it can show up. Another reason why this run is going quite well. The last run that I did with Chabrietos, Naga, follower of Chabrietos, we didn't find Che for quite some time. Oh, let's go pick up those Curare needles. Curare is really nasty stuff. It slows you and removes your ability to use a breath weapon, and it also poisons you. It's a very, very, very powerful poison. I like to think of it as a nerve agent. I don't know if Curare is an actual poison, in real life outside of Krull. I am unsure. Let's wait for this phantom to get near us. You don't spend a lot of time moving as a Che follower, if you can help it. You spend a lot of turns just sort of waiting. Oh, wow. We are, I think, at max piety. I want to say we were at 14, 13 strength, 14 int, 14 dex. Without our bonuses, let's see. We are a prized avatar of Chebriados. Yeah, I don't know if we're at max or not. We'll find out soon enough. But regardless, we are quite strong. I can kind of be cavalier about stuff on this level of the dungeon, unless we can encounter. I think we encountered Sigmund on level 2 and had to dive down a level and whatnot. It's possible to do poorly still. Yeah, we don't swim particularly well. That's fine. I was about to say we can't swim in deep water, but I'm okay with that. We have enough things going our way. Let's a priest. Well, that is quite unfortunate. Ow. That hurt a lot. A whole lot. Jeez. Yeah, glaives are strong weapons. I don't know if they're the strongest pole arm or just close to it, but they're not to be messed with. Hello, bat. Come, please fight us so we can punch you. Okay, so one of these other staircases is going to be right in the middle of those orcs. But not this one. We got lucky. This may not be a very long video. I may cut it off in just a couple of minutes here. I'm quite hungry. And soon I hope to get something to eat. Kind of waiting to hear back from some friends, but let's see. This is a runed flail. Let's pick this up. I sometimes pick up runed weapons and just carry them around for a little while if I have sufficient strength to do so, which we certainly do. Our carrying capacity is 883 arbitrary units of mass. That's fantastic. Another nice thing about Nagas is that they have natural C and Biz. That's a big plus. What else do we have that's cool? We picked up an Amulet of Guardian Spirit early on. That splits damage between our health and magic reserves. And that has helped us get through the early game where we don't have all of our tools at our disposal. We're getting there. We have invocations up to level 8. We want to get it up to probably somewhere between level 12 and 15. I want Step from Time to be a guaranteed thing. I want it to be at most single-digit failure rate. I want to try and get it down to 5% or less. 1 out of 20 uses will fail. Oh dear, wow. I was not paying attention. I didn't even see that Drake there. And we lost a couple scrolls. That's too bad. Let's go back up a level. See about... we have this leather armor of fire resistance, but even leather armor gives us a penalty to our unarmed combat, so I'm not super enthused about using that right away. Let's see. Scroll of Amnesia, Scroll of Recharging. Let's recharge this Wand of Polymorph. That's fine. I'm glad that we have a few of those, but not... We don't have a Wand of Heal Wounds, is really basically what I'm going to ramble on for a while and eventually say. I had a Wand of Heal Wounds with my last character, and it was glorious, but alas, it was not to be. We're going to drop off some of these extra things that I picked up. We have a bow and a sling. I'm saying this because I plan on dropping any stones that I have quivered and darts. We've got plenty of sling bullets. I can go ahead and... I'll leave it on for now. Might as well. Having just extra range stuff that you can do is really nice. We don't have a blowgun, so I guess I can get rid of these needles. What else? I guess this ring of protection from fire we can put on instead of this +2 ring of protection. +2 is not very useful. I mean, the difference between 13 and 15 armor class is negligible. It's a maximum of 2 additional damage reduction. Let's kill this warrior. Again, being a little cavalier, if these were not just orcs, and not particularly powerful orcs, we would not be moving towards them. We would not be moving at all. We would find ways to attack them from a distance until they close with us, and then we would punch them. Punch them in the face repeatedly. Our prior Naga was named Snake Fist, and so as a tribute, I named this one Slitherface. I don't know quite how that's a tribute, but it seems to make sense in my mind, at least. Yeah, I think we're at the max piety. You'll see we're at 6 pips up at the top above our health. There is piety gain beyond when you reach exactly 6 pips, because there are some gods where um, you you often gain an ability at maximum piety, and so immediately losing the ability as soon as you use it for the first time is a little silly. You'll notice that a lot of things are not noticing us. We have only the starting 3 ranks in stealth. We can always just trickle some experience into those. We have a very good aptitude for it. Yeah, even Goliath beetles, even slow monsters now are slower than us. Wow, yeah. See, the time it took us to step to here from here, the centaur got to shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3 arrows, I guess, which is quite a few. Let's wield our sling and just chuck some. Oh dear. There's a priest there. Sorry, my microphone went out again. This is the only downside to starting as a monk and not as a hunter or a spellcaster, is that we don't have a ranged ability yet. I may correct that here soon. Because this is the kind of situation that we get ourselves into. Oh, we do have a ranged ability. We can spit poison. What am I doing? Alright. Fortunately, this lava pool is creating clouds of smoke, which are pulling these things towards us. We resisted the smite, which is nice. Didn't resist that one, but it didn't do much damage. Oh, no, we don't wish to attack while wielding our sling. We'll just attack wielding that. Okay, we have to close with the warrior. Yeah, he gets to hit us a whole bunch. Pole arms are rough for us to deal with at the moment. One good option as a glowing flail. Let's pick that up. Let's pick up this glaive. I don't like glaives just lying around. They have, yeah, 15 base damage, but I think a bardiche is better, perhaps. Let's just back off a little ways. Yeah, that was a pretty tricky situation. We have a lot of escape buttons at this point, though, so I wasn't really concerned for our health, ultimately. I think we would have been fine. But, it's something to be worried about. Just because you can't run away without burning a consumable currently, or we could use, one of our abilities here. Um, Okay, she's at 8.8. I'll see what happens at level 9. I feel like our failure rate for Step from Time is going down as we gain piety, but I might be imagining that. You saw there was the entrance to the lair. That's cool. Huh. Ruined scale mail. That's probably not great for us. What is this, a steam dragon? Not worried about that. We do have some difficulty with clouds of things, since, it takes us so long to move out of them that oftentimes it's better to just stand in them and take it. Like, in the time that it would take us to move out of that cloud of steam, that steam dragon could have easily breathed another blast or 2, even, of steam at us. We are so slow. Fortunately, we have a nice robe. It's +2 robe for positive energy. Positive energy is not the ego that I would choose. I would choose resist fire, because fire is much more common than draining, than negative energy effects this early on. Let's not butcher that, but yes, let's butcher Steam Dragon Corpse. Sadly, it did not leave us with a hide. I think Steam Dragon hide is not bad, but let's grab this too. Again, our strength is such that we can just pick up anything we want to within the 52 inventory slots that we have. Come here, Quokka. Longsword, don't care. The upside of unarmed combat is that we eventually become massively strong. We will attack extremely, extremely quickly. It ends up with a 0.5 attack delay. I believe only some short blades are faster. Like a quick blade, I think, is faster, and maybe daggers of speed. Some things you can get down to a 0.3, maybe. Well, 0.3 is the hard cap. You cannot attack faster than 0.3 turns per attack. Let's shout. Shout. Da, ba, 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 ba. Or is that jump? That's jump. Never mind. There are a few songs about shouting. Shout, shout, let it all out, whatever. Come to us, monsters, so we may punch you. This hungry ghost is annoying. Hungry ghosts don't do damage to you, they just make you hungrier. They damage your food resources instead of your health, which for some classes can be devastating. Spellcasters, if you get to starving, you can't cast your spells. Berserkers, you can't berserk past... I think if you're very hungry, you can't berserk. Arugula? Who was Arugula? I don't remember Arugula. Extremely dangerous Grey Draconian Fire Elementalist. Ugh, gross. Fireball and throw flame, well... That's too bad. We lost a scroll. Oh, we do have conservation. Let's just put that on. I feel like Guardian Spirit is going to lose its usefulness soon if it hasn't already. Let's just keep punching, 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 punching. Wow. Huh. Tough. Tough fight. This is a very tough fight. Wow. I wish we would go ahead and kill this guy. We've got him pretty low. There we go. Neat. Yeah, I see. This is how strong we are. We're with doing nothing but punching. We managed to kill a ghost that was several levels higher than us. I think Arugula was somewhere around level 13 or 14. Pretty strong. We obviously got a ton of experience for it, which is nice. How are our invocations? 17% step from time. That's better. Let's go ahead and eat a ration. Chabriados does slow down your metabolism. Yeah, slows and strengthens your metabolism. I don't know what the strengthens part is, but maybe we get more nutrition from food. I'm not sure. But regardless, we don't have to eat as frequently, which is good because otherwise we would starve to death all the time. We just move so slowly. Let's pelt this guy with some arrows before he reaches us. No, we don't wish to attack with our sling. And punch him a few times. Hope he doesn't hit us and blow up our poisons. Okay, invocations at level 10. I feel like that's probably enough for now. Ooh, 16% on step from time. Let's go ahead and just focus on armed combat and... Nah. I really want step from time to be under 10%. What step from time does, it's a good panic button. It removes you from the time flow, so you stay exactly the same, as if, no time was passing. And everything around you, it's just like 100 turns, a couple hundred turns pass. Yeah, I don't know how long it takes. We may experiment with that at some point. We may use it in a non-lethal situation, like where we're not facing death but are in some trouble. We might try it out. so that it's not a complete waste of piety, but so that we know what we're working with here. Yeah, let's butcher some things. Come to me, Orc Warrior. A ruined war axe. That could hurt quite a bit. We're fine. Let's go ahead and pick that up, though. I don't want anybody else picking that up. It's really rough when like a regular orc picks up a really good weapon, and all of a sudden you are in big trouble. He hasn't noticed us, so let's move back. Oh, he notices us now. Ow. 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 Yeah, moving towards him was... I don't know what we should have done in that situation. Let's see if we can even. We're at 32 hit points. Fortunately, we... Cyclopes... A Cyclops is a difficult opponent because they can throw large rocks at you, which have like a 20 base... I think each rock can do a maximum of something like 50 damage. Or something absurd. So I'm glad that we managed to take that guy out. I'm not going to bother butchering corpse. It's a little too close to that room where I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's fine. Punch, punch, punch. We could play mutation roulette with this Sky Beast flesh, but while I did find a potion of Cure Mute in an earlier shop, let's go ahead and identify some of these potions, in fact. Potion of Paralysis, lame. Potion of Agility, that's fine. I haven't found, I don't think, a Cure Mute yet. Purple Potion, I think one of those froze earlier. Anyway, Cure Mutation potions are rare enough that preserving them is a very important thing. Like, sometimes I will risk a death to preserve a potion of Cure Mutation. I hope it closes with us. Ow. Yeah, okay. We can deal with... Ooh, wow. The stone arrows are just hurting a lot. We have a few potions of heal wounds. We're going to quaff one of those. Yeah, we do a ton of damage. Our base damage is our unarmed combat skill plus other modifiers. So each rank of unarmed combat benefits us greatly. How fast are we attacking right now? Between 7 and 8 turns. Okay. The way your attack speed is calculated with unarmed combat is based on your skill level. And if it's a fraction of a turn, like if it's 7.4 turns or whatever, well, if your attack speed is 0.74 or something, it will be 7 60% of the time and 8 40% of the time. It's proportional to the whatever frequency. That's why you'll see sometimes it takes 7 turns and sometimes it takes 8 turns. This looks to be a mostly useless store. A royal jelly is nice. That has a restore abilities effect as well as being food. Nothing else is very useful to us. The poison sling bullets are meh, not worth spending money on. Okay, I guess let's finish exploring this level. I feel like an unseen horror, the death of many a character that does not have see invisible. But we naturally see invisible, so... don't get me wrong, they're strong enemies in their own right. They're incredibly fast. They're like bats on massive steroids. I feel like we can kill this hill giant just fine, even though he can hit us for 35 points of damage at a time. Giant clubs, kids. Not to be trifled with. Hippogriffs are the opposite. They don't hit for a lot, but they hit many times. Like, we're hitting once every 0.8 turns, and it's still getting like 3 hits on us. A lot of animal monsters that have like claws and fangs and multiple modes of attack multiple modes of attack will often attack you multiple times per turn. Meh. We will likely try and avoid armor for the majority of the game. Eventually, because our strength is so high as a result of Che, we may eventually put on some armor. But right now, dealing damage is more important for us. and that means robes or animal skins only. I would love to find an artifact robe. I don't know if artifacts can go above the normal like enchantment limit of armor. I feel like it's possible. Like the plus 15 Maxwell's patent armor is an example. I believe plate armor can only be enchanted to plus 10, and so Maxwell's is a good source of that. Basically what I'm saying is I'm hoping for a. Let's drop these things. I'm hoping. Let's try this on just poison resistance. We already have poison resistance, so we really don't care about that. Basically what I'm saying is I'm hoping for a robe with a greater than plus 2 enchantment bonus, since normally robes can only be enchanted to plus 2. Okay, let's go to the lair. And I think for now this is where I'm going to end this video. I am quite hungry at this point in time. Oh, this rat doesn't know how to get to us. Let us help it out. Not because it's going to give us any significant amount of experience, but I'm going to just sort of explore a little bit of the lair around here, and then I think I'm going to... Yeah, Potion of Haste shows up in red for us because Chabriados will punish us for trying to use it. And I believe block its effects as well. It's not good for us. If it were possible to worship two gods at once, we could use Okawaru's finesse ability, because that doesn't increase our movement speed. Yeah, we're at max piety. We're at 2.8 movement per tile. Or 2.8 turns per tile on our movement. That's just so slow. We are crawling through the crawl. I'm clearing out some of these critters just so I don't... Notice me. Just so I don't forget that, you know, I have only started here, and I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching, dear viewers. This gives you a little taste of a Chabriados follower, a Naga Chabriados follower specifically. It's, you know, it's fun. It's a challenging way to play the game. It's certainly not for the novice. It helps to know how much damage things can deal, basically. You have to have a good sense of that. And how to run away and things, etc. But, that being said, good golly, you get strong. I mean, strength 28, intelligence 29, dex 29. That's at max plus 15 to all stats that we get for having our movement speed cut in half. Which is quite nice. I mean, the movement speed, no, but the massive strength bonuses certainly are nice. So, until next time, dear viewers, thank you for watching, and perhaps we will return to Slitherface at a future time.